Today I'm doing a little experiment. I'm going to be sealing a gingerbread house, and that might sound a little strange, but I have ideas for the gingerbread down the road. But when you seal a gingerbread house, you basically want to seal it so that moisture can't get into the gingerbread or to the sugar. It's hard because sugar is hygroscopic, which means that it attracts moisture. So no matter what you do, the sugar is going to want to draw the moisture out of the air, and you really have to seal it very thoroughly so that there's no cracks in the coat and no water can get in there. So I'm going to spray it first so that it kind of sticks everything in place and it keeps the candy from running, because that's one thing when you put the candy on here, it'll start to absorb moisture and the color will come out. So we'll see. Now this has been sitting around since Christmas, so it's been 6 weeks. And that's long enough to show that these really do kind of just sit here and dry out, and that's what you want it to be pretty dry before you do this. So first I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to try to cover as much of it as I can. And then I'm going to paint it with polyacrylic, which is just the clear coat. So we'll see what happens, and I'll show it to you when I'm done. I'll show you the process. All right, so I sprayed it a lot, like twice. I sprayed it and I've left it outside. I'm going to put it back in the garage, and I did it inside and outside, and I tried to make sure all the edges were pretty covered. But I do want to go ahead and paint it. I don't want to just spray it and leave it. It smells terrible. Don't do this inside. Make sure that you do any kind of spraying or, anything with chemicals or paint or anything. Do it outside where you have good ventilation. And it does adhere everything. You probably saw that this little green one had fallen off, but it's pretty stuck. I mean, I can move it. If I yanked it, it would come off, but it's working. I'm just going to let this dry, and then I'm going to paint it with a couple coats of the varnish, and it's just like a polyurethane. And this is going to be used in the dollhouse somewhere, and I'll show you that in a little bit.